Okay, sorry we're about 5 minutes late. I got a new computer and welcome everybody. I got a new computer and so I'm running about 5 minutes late, so I apologize for that. I had to download everything and get everything working. I'm Brittany Fowler, Natural Doctor Mom. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. What else do I do? I mean, we do Google Plus for these hangouts, but I'm mostly really active on Facebook. So if you're interested in more and learning more about what I'm talking about today, just go ahead and pop on over to the Facebook page and message me and we'll get you started. So today's class is about effectively prospecting. And I'm not talking about like prospecting for gold, okay? But effectively sharing samples to where people want you to follow up with them. There's nothing more disheartening, okay, than sharing a sample with somebody that you know is going to love the oils and you never follow up with them. Or they never follow up with you. You hand them your business card and you say, okay, call me, let me know how it's gonna work for you. And you totally get this awesome vibe that they're gonna come and they're gonna be your next customer and it's gonna be awesome, and then nothing, right? And what you didn't do is you didn't get their contact information to where you can follow up with them. For example, I shared a sample of Deep Blue with a cashier at Walmart. Okay, he was complaining about his back. He had a back brace on, and so I gave him a whole vial of Deep Blue, and because I felt inspired to, and I gave him my business card. I said, okay, use it. This is how you use it. You know, gave him the spiel, and he was excited to use it. And then I said, okay, let me know how it works. And I was so proud of myself for stepping out of my comfort zone and sharing a sample with a complete stranger. That was learning curve number one. Okay, I was learning how to step out of my comfort zone and approach a stranger. But what I didn't do was get the 3 yeses, okay, and a way to follow up with them. So that's what I'm going to teach you about today. And I didn't make this up. This comes from the book GoPro. This is just his strategy that he uses. He's a professional network marketer, makes millions and millions and millions of dollars. And I have been using it with the people that I've been sharing with, and it has worked so well. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Where to start? Okay, so the first... I was going to write this down. That's what happens when you're running a little late. Okay, so the first step when sharing a sample is do follow this pattern, if I, will you, okay? If I, will you, write that down. If I give you this sample, will you use it? If I give you this pamphlet to read, will you read it? If I, will you. And, in the book, he talks about having a tool to where you are sharing this with a lot of people and effectively and easily. And he even talked about having a video to watch, like a link. So you could, if you made a video to where you were, I don't know, maybe a 3 to 4 minute video on sharing samples and what doTERRA means to you and how, important it's been in your life. As far as sharing samples, you could post it on YouTube and say, hey, if I share a link with you about doTERRA, would you watch the video? If I, will you. So it doesn't always have to be a sample. I know we lead with the product because the product speaks for itself and everybody loves the product and everybody wants to experience the product. But there are other tools that doTERRA that you can use to prospect effectively. Because prospecting basically means, hey, we're going to get 4 to 6 touches with these people, okay? We're going to communicate with them at least 4 times, each time leading to the next touch, okay? And so your first touch could be an introductory video, okay? Your second touch could be samples. Your third touch could be a follow-up. Your fourth touch could be a class, okay? And so it doesn't, I know there's a model out there of, okay, share samples, but you could do one step before that and, do a video. That's just a thought. So, if I, will you. Okay, that's the first step in getting them to commit to using or viewing something or experiencing your company. okay? And this is not new. This is, just trying to explain it with doTERRA. If you're sharing, if you're sharing a sample, okay? If I give you this sample of Deep Blue, will you use it? And they say, yeah, okay? There's yes number 1, okay? Now you need 2 more yeses to get 3 yeses altogether, okay? So your second question then becomes, okay, when will you use it by? And they say, well, or you could say, when will you use it by, or when will you for sure have used the product? And they say, and you don't want it to be more than 3 days out, okay? Because that's kind of even 2 days out, okay? So they say, so today's Saturday, say I'm sharing a sample today on Saturday. If they say, oh, Monday, I think I could use it by Monday. So you say, oh, great. So you think that you'll be able to use it by Monday? Yes, there's your second yes. So it came out of their mouth, so it's gospel, right? But then you confirm, so you're going to be able to use it by Monday, right? Yes. Okay, there's your second yes. And then you say, okay, so if I follow up with you Tuesday morning, you'll have used the sample for sure. Yes. Okay, 3 yeses. If I will you'll for sure have used it on that day. Great. If I call you on, Tuesday morning, will you have used the sample? Yes. Okay. And then what do? You ask for their phone number. Okay. You got to get their contact info. And I've heard people do it this way, where you say, okay, well, what's the best way to follow up with you? And usually at that point, they'll go to their brain and they'll go, okay, do I trust this person enough to give them my phone number? Which they may not, especially if it's a complete stranger, but that's what you're going for, okay? So the options that they may come up with are phone, text, email, Facebook, okay? But you're really searching for that phone number, okay? But let's go through it. If they say, well, email is really the best way to follow up with me. That's not the answer you wanted. So we need to ask a question. We need to ask, okay, well, how often do you check your email messages? Okay, and they might say, oh, maybe once every couple days, or like every day. I check it every day. And at that point, you may just express your feelings and go, you know what? I am so excited for you to use this oil, and I really want to hear it from your voice about how you experience the oils, because a lot can get lost in translation with just writing, and I would just love to talk to you for 3 minutes, to follow up with you. Would you be comfortable with me calling you? And at that point, that person probably feels like, oh, well, you're right, because communication does get lost in translation when you do email, right? Tone of voice, all sorts of communication, okay? Inflection of voice, the words that you're saying or not saying, okay? Then you can follow up more effectively, okay? So if they say email, start asking questions. Well, how often do you check your email? And I would love to follow up with you, and just feel and be genuine about it, because it's true. You would love to feel and know how they experience the oil and how it was for them, okay? And so at that point, you'll probably get their phone number, okay? So you could ask another question. Instead of saying, what's the best way to follow up with you? You could just say, great, give me your phone number and I will follow up with you. You could be more direct, okay, if you don't want to open the door for going to the email and then coming back, or Facebook message and then coming back to the telephone. So, sorry, my brain it's early, right? It's early. I don't know why I chose to do this so early. Probably just to get it out there so that you guys can share more effectively today. Okay, so I'm going to follow up with you Tuesday morning. Great. What's your phone number? So they give you your phone number. Great. So if I call you, so I can call you at 9 or 10 a.m. Which time works better for you? That is how you set an appointment, not this question. Do not say this. Well, what time do you want me to call you? Because you just open the door for them to say, okay, anywhere between 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, and you may be busy. When you give a person 2 times to choose from, it says to them, oh, you know what? They have a busy schedule, which you should, okay, or you do, and you want to appear important, okay, but you also want to appear available at the same time. That's where you're giving them 2 options, okay, and then they don't have to think as hard. Because if you ask somebody, what time do you want me to call you? They're going through their whole to-do list that day. And they're thinking, oh gosh, what's my schedule? Oh no, Jody has, baseball practice. Oh, not Jody, baseball, softball practice. That's a girl. Okay. They're going through this. I got a grocery shop, yada, yada. You just want to make it really simple for them. Okay. So if I call you Tuesday morning, or could I call you Tuesday morning, Lynn, at 9 or 10 o'clock? Which time works better for you? And if those times are terrible for them, they'll immediately come up with a time that's better for them. They say, okay, afternoon. You say, great, 2 o'clock, or just pick a time like 2:30. Great, I'll call you. Okay. So, and then, so we've shared, we've gotten the 3 yeses. Okay. And then we've said, we've gotten their follow-up. We've gotten a time to follow up. They've confirmed it. Now you need to reaffirm all of those. Okay. So you say, okay, so you're going to use this sample by Monday. I'm going to call you Tuesday at 10 a.m. Okay. And I am so excited to hear. And you'll for sure have used the sample by then. And they say yes. Okay. And then you say, great, I am so excited for you. Welcome. I'm excited for you to start your doTERRA journey, or something like that. And you can be a network marketing professional, following that model. Again, I didn't come up with it, but I have been using it as I've been sharing sample, and it has been so, it's kind of a learning curve as is anything else, but just follow that model. If I will you, okay, that's 1 yes. You need 2 more yeses. Then you need to get their contact info, phone, okay, not email, not Facebook, not anything else, not pager or whatever. Okay, and then you're going to reaffirm, okay, a time, and then you're going to reaffirm the whole thing. You'll have used this sample by then. Okay, the same thing, the same type of model would be used if you're, using a video. If I send you a link to a video, would you watch it? It's about 5 minutes long, and they go, oh yeah, sure, okay. So will you have watched it by Sunday night? Great. So if I call you Monday morning, you'll have watched the video. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. You're getting all these things. It doesn't matter what the tool is. The pattern still stays the same. Now, let's go to the follow-up call. Okay. The follow-up call is the only purpose is to get them to the next touch or the next interaction with you or the company. Okay. To learn more. And the faster you do that, faster, not longer apart. The faster you do that, the more success you'll have. So I call up Tuesday morning, ring, ring, ring. Hello. Oh, you know what? Hey, this is Brittany with doTERRA. How did your oil experience go? Or how did you use the oils? Or how was it for you? Whatever you're comfortable with. And they'll tell you, and you'll go through your spiel. Okay, well, yes, it was great. Or I don't know if it really worked for me. Okay, well, how'd you use it? And what'd you use it for? And did you use it the way I told you to? And how often did you use it? And, just asking more questions to, seek to be understood. Seek to understand instead to be understood. And then your purpose, again, for that call, yes, is to follow up, but get them to learn more. Okay, so and you may ask a question of, you need to ask a question and gauge where they're at that point. So, would you like to learn more about these oils? Okay, or would you like to learn more about the business opportunity that doTERRA has? Or could you see yourself using these oils? That's a great question because it's non-invasive. People actually think, could you see yourself and your family using these oils? Great. Would you like to learn more? Because I would love to teach you more about them, right? So, and then you can follow, if you have a class scheduled, say, I have a class Thursday night at 7 o'clock. I would love to have you come, and, can you come? So that there's the effective follow-up. Not can you come, but will you come? If they can't come, say, great. That's okay. You know what? Let's do a one-on-one. Could we, and whatever, whatever your best way to interact with them. And maybe it's a webinar, maybe you're all about the electronic, maybe you're about going one-on-one, maybe you're about, hey, I can do a conference call if they're interested in the business. Well, you know what? Let's do a conference call with my upline and see if we can get you started or whatever, okay? So it's one touch after the other until you close the business. Okay, so your next follow-up, you do the classes, you learn how to close. Anyway, but prospecting effectively, if you never got their contact info and you never got those 3 yeses, your follow-up is going to be really awkward. It's the, if you don't get a time from them and a date, oh man, it will be so awkward for you, because it's like, especially when a learning curve in this, right? When I, about a year ago, I had a girl that I was following up with, and I had shared these samples with her, and she was totally into it, and, super excited. It was the vibe that I got. And she's like, okay, text me. That's the same thing as email, people. She gave me her phone number, but she's like, text me. And, at that time I should have said, you know what, I would love to just talk to you for 2 minutes and know how it's going for you, because there was endless texts at that point. Right? Like, hey, how'd you like it? Or, hey, well, how's it going? Or blah, blah, blah. And then eventually, after about 10 texts where they're not responding to you, you're like, oh, they're ignoring me. And all that work, all that energy, drops to the floor. So again, no email, no text, no Facebook messaging, okay? It's all about the phone call. And if you're scared of the phone, that's a whole nother topic that we can talk about. But it's just making a connection call. You're just connecting with them, okay? They are giving you permission to follow up with them, and that's what makes it more comfortable, okay? Put some balance on, put some serenity on, whatever is your calming oil before you make that phone call, and just go for it, Do it scared. Do it anyway. That's all I have time for today. I hope you've enjoyed this Prospecting Effectively. Again, Brittany Fowler, Natural Dr. Mom. I do have a website, naturaldrmom.com, spelled DR, just like that. And I'm excited that you're going to prospect effectively, and we're all going to be successful. So have a great Saturday. We will talk to you later. Have a great day.